Guys, the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus is here. And Samsung South Africa were kind enough to let me take a look, and damn, I'm excited. In this video, I'm going to go through everything you need to know about the S10 Plus, and also stay until the end because that is where I will share the worst feature. So guys, let's get into it. First up, let's take a quick look at what you get in the box. Samsung, as you can see, stuck true to form, but what I really appreciate is that as of this year, their products are packaged with environmentally sustainable materials, so you'll no longer see plastic trays or plastic wrapping. Instead, they use pulp molds and casings, which is awesome. So of course you get your charging brick, then a USB-C cable, a little bit short but it's all good, an ejection pin, a pair of AKG headphones which are white, and here are the extra bud sizes, a little micro USB to USB-C connector, a silicone case which not everyone seems to get, which is odd, a quick start guide, of course the beautiful S10 Plus, and then again all packaged in their new eco-friendly box. Onto the look and feel, and Samsung undoubtedly created a beauty, but still kept things standard such as the power button, volume rocker and Bixby button. However, the fingerprint sensor has changed, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Then here you can see the cutout in all its glory, and to be honest, it doesn't really bug me. Notches also never bugged me before. You also still have the standard mic placements and all the rest, but the finish around the edge is really beautiful, and depending on what device color you choose, the frame actually changes slightly. So here I have the Prism White S10 Plus, but like I said, if you choose another color like one of these, the edging will change slightly as well, which is really nice. When it comes to display, Samsung speaks for itself. It's just as epic as you'd imagine, guys, and has everything you could possibly want in a display. They also managed to reduce the harmful blue light by a whopping 42%, which is crazy. I have no idea how they do that, but theoretically it should be less straining on the eyes and help with getting a better sleep. You can also hide the cutout on the display if you want, just as you see here. Guys, remember, what's epic about the S10 Plus is the punch hole display. So although the size hasn't changed that much, it'll feel much bigger because there is a lot more screen space. Just so you guys can get a feel for the size, the S10 Plus is roughly 157.6 millimeters long and 74.1 millimeters wide. It's actually thinner than the S9 Plus and weighs 175 grams. And then here is the S9 Plus alongside it. As you can see, very similar in size, but a lot more screen space on the S10 Plus. The S10 Plus has 5 beautiful cameras, and in the front is the 10 megapixel selfie camera and 8 megapixel depth camera. And then on the back we've got the big boys. So we've got the 12 megapixel telephoto, 12 megapixel wide angle and 16 megapixel ultra wide. So as you can imagine, with all these cameras there are so many different modes and styles of pictures you can take. It's a lot to get through in one video, but here are pics I took using the S10 Plus. Here's the telephoto, wide angle and ultra wide, but the person stayed in the exact same place for this shot. Then here are some selfies. It seemed to get confused with my striped shirt, but anyway. Also the ultra wide panoramic mode. I mean guys, this is so insane to me and I love this feature a lot. There's also still the food mode, which I thoroughly enjoy. And then they kept super slow-mo as well, which I really appreciate. And you can get so many epic videos with this mode, guys. I cannot even tell you how much fun it was creating these. So you can really think out the box when it comes to the various modes and features. And then here is also some hyperlapse footage I took with the S10 Plus, and none of these colors have been edited. This is straight off of the device. As you would imagine, the S10 Plus comes pre-installed with Android Pie and also Samsung's brand new One UI, which I did a video on. You can check it down in the description box or maybe the cards. But let's take a closer look. So as I just mentioned, the operating system and interface is all there, and you can do some amazing things, guys, like the night mode, for example. This is a lot softer on your eyes and is of course included on the S10 Plus. You also still get the edge screen notifications, and you can customize that a little further and really make it your own, which is awesome. You can of course also still do split screen applications. So for anyone who maybe doesn't know, you can split the screen, so you've got one app running at the top and another app running at the bottom, just as you see here, and it is super useful. You can also do pop-up windows, move the window anywhere around on the screen. So a lot of these functions are still there, which is fantastic. Then the edge screen menu is still there and still as convenient as ever. It also got a slight little upgrade, and then the Bixby button, guys, can be rerouted. Oh my goodness, this was very exciting for me, if I'm honest. The battery now, man oh man guys, in my personal and humble opinion is possibly the biggest improvement. So the S10 Plus has a 4100 mAh battery, and in comparison to the Galaxy S9 and Pixel 3 XL, you can see here it is pretty much miles ahead in my opinion. It still comes with the standard USB-C charging port, and of course supports wireless charging and fast charging, which is lovely. Another epic part of the battery is wireless power share, guys. So you toggle this feature on, you put your S10 Plus down, and then you can charge another device or accessory on the back of the phone. Of course it must be compatible, but oh my goodness. So the SIM card and SD card slot has stayed much the same, and again just gives you options, which I really appreciate. So if you want, you can choose to have one SIM card and one SD card, and that external SD card can support up to 512 gigs. However, you can opt to get rid of the SD card and have a secondary SIM, which is epic and is possibly more viable for some people because you can choose up to 512 gigs of onboard storage. So as mentioned earlier in the video, the fingerprint sensor has moved from the back of the phone to the front and is now under the display. It's so insane. So they use ultrasonic technology for this, and long story short, it is a lot safer and takes a 3D scan of your fingerprint as opposed to a 2D scan. It also comes with 2 speakers on the device and just creates the most amazing audio experience in my opinion. I love this. And they kept the aux jack. I don't know how long this is going to stick around for, but I'm so glad they kept the aux jack, if I'm honest. And then it is also IP68 certified, so water resistant, and basically you can stress less about your device getting wet. Finally, for what I personally think is the worst feature, although there are so many things to be chuffed about and that are awesome on this phone, this is just something I always like to include and something that maybe you guys should know before purchasing. Okay? As mentioned, it's super hard to find anything wrong with this device. It's near perfect. However, I really do miss the way recents used to work and how some minor changes have taken place. So within Pi and within Oreo, this is how the recents menu generally looks. But with Oreo, you used to be able to toggle this menu to a list view, just as you see here. And I found it so much more convenient to toggle between recent applications. But now within Pi, this is how things look and you cannot change that. Going into split screen is also a lot more tedious, and yes, I know, this really is insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but a lot of you guys and others mentioned how much you miss things prior to One UI. And that is it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can also check out my other Samsung videos right over here. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!